Welcome back to another episode of Kept and Covered. I'm your host, Kibi. On this pod, we talk real life, real struggles, and real hope, all grounded in God's kingdom. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about Christmas. When this episode drops, it'll be a week past Christmas. And yeah, I'm just going to get into a little bit how my Christmas season was. So I am a single mom, as some of you know. And as you guys know, I just had surgery, and so I was out of work all the month of November. And so because I was out of work all November, like Christmas was going to be tight. And of course, Jesus is the reason for this season. And I adore Christmas. I love everything about it. I hate that it's so commercialized, but I love the gift giving. I love giving gifts. I love celebrating Jesus. I love Christmas. And so I love the season. I love the spirit. I just love it all. I remember I had a conversation with this lady at Wawa. I was like, "Are you ready for Christmas and whatnot?" And she was like, "No." And, she was telling me, I'm like, what I thought about, and I'm telling you guys too, what I thought about the other day was, imagine if we didn't have the holidays, Christmas and New Year's, like it would just be winter. Think about January and February and how long and cold those months are. They're dreary and they're long and we're tired. Imagine if it was November, December, and January and February. Like, at least the holidays give us something to be excited about. Whether that be gifts, giving gifts, getting gifts, whether that be seeing family, it gives us something to hope for and be excited about, and Christmas music and the decorations and the lights, and obviously number one, Jesus. But imagine if we didn't have the holidays, it would be it would be really annoying. Okay. So I just don't want to ever lose the Christmas spirit. Even when I don't have any money, I make it work, because, if family is what it's about Jesus. So I tried to keep that same energy. Every time I felt myself getting stressed or anxious, I prayed about it, and I just remembered, like, that's not what it's about anyway. It's about Jesus, and it's about family and just enjoying Christmas. So I made it work. Some of my friends, some really good dear friends of mine, gifted me with some money because they know my heart to give. Like, I just love to give. So they gave me money so that I could give this season. And so that's what I did. I was really kind of intentional about my gifts that I got this year. I got a lot of my friends, pictures of us, me and the kids and them. And then, I arranged it in like not photo albums, Lord, frames that I got from Walmart and Amazon and things of that nature. And so it was a hit. Got books. I got books. I took books right off my shelf in good condition. I bought some books. I got gifts right off the shelf. I took things that I didn't even wear or not gonna wear, and I gifted those. Like, it's not about what you give, it's about the thought, it's about the condition. I didn't give anybody anything raggedy, so, and it's the thought, and people loved it. So I was really happy. We have a Christmas Eve service at church, as many of you probably do. And I was like Santa Claus. One of my friends was like, you're like Santa Claus giving all them gifts. I'm like, I am, and I love it. I loved every second of it. And people, "Oh, you didn't have to." I know I didn't have to. And trust me, it wasn't a big deal. I did not break my back to get anybody gifts. They were thoughtful. They were, secondhand, but, it really was very much enjoyable. And like I said, it it was nice. And so I really hope everybody enjoyed their gifts. And yeah, it was a success. For I really didn't do much. So you guys, sorry, I keep messing with this, but I'm about to just take it off. So on Christmas Day, I got a lot of sleep. I woke up and went back to sleep a few times, but I woke up really officially around 1 o'clock, got me some coffee, went upstairs, got the kids were moving too. So I'm like, y'all ready to open these gifts? So that's what we did. We opened the gifts up and it was so nice. The kids were very happy. They were satisfied with their gifts. And then we watched a Christmas movie. And then we got dressed and we went over their grandparents' house. Their not my mom, but their dad's parents. We went over there. I picked up their cousins and we ate dinner. Usually they stay the night with their grandparents and then Christmas Eve and then Christmas morning they have breakfast and all the kids open gifts with their grandparents and with their their cousins and all that, and then they come home and spend the day with us. But we did the opposite because all of our kids are grown now. Like they're all teenagers and 18, 19 and 16, 17, 15, 12, 13. So they're all pretty big. There's a few more that don't come, but so they and their grandparents' place is not big, so we did dinner and it was really nice. We went over there, we had good food, we talked, we laughed, and then my kids actually stayed out there. Two of my sons stayed with their grandparents to get haircuts, and then my daughter went with her cousins and they went to the mall or something the next day. So it was really nice. I came back home. I actually been driving Lyft for some extra cash, so I did that for a little bit, and then I came home and did I do that? I don't think I did that night. I think I saved my, scratch that. I didn't do that. I came home, got some hot chocolate, and watched some shows. And then went to sleep, and then got up and went to work the next day, which was a drag because I swore it was like Monday. It was really weird because I thought all day Christmas Day was like Sunday. It was just weird. And me and my coworkers were talking. We're really happy about next year already because Friday is going to be Christmas and then we're going to have a 3-day weekend. We're already happy because we were all like tired. We didn't really get a lot of sleep. So, so I hope everybody else had a wonderful Christmas. I absolutely had a blast. My kids were sad. I said, were you guys satisfied? They were like, yeah, we're satisfied. I'm like, yes, it was a win, And so I also wanted to touch a base on the fact of like, is anybody else cool with their kids? Their baby dad's parents. Is anybody else cool with them like I am? We have a really unique story because, when I was a teenager, me and my mom, we struggled a little bit. I didn't always live with her. And, my kid's dad, their mom actually took me in. I've lived with all my friends at a point in time when I was younger, but she was like, she already had a house full and she still took me in. And so I've been around. I was with my kid's dad. We got to when we were 14 and 15, and we were together for like 11 years. I had all my kids by him. I lost my virginity to him. So it's like, I've been around, his friends were my friends were his friends. He's been around forever. I've been around them forever. So it's like crazy. I actually hate when they're like, oh, your in-laws. And it's like, they're not my in-laws because I was never married to him. So, but they are still my parents. I love them so much. And even, I call her mom and she's like, you're my daughter. And it's like, yes, I know. I love you, So it's like we have a very close bond no matter what me and my kid's dad goes through. Me and, his mom and his stepdad and his real dad, like we all get along so well. So, and his sisters are like my sisters. It's like, the younger sister, I've been around her since she was like 5. So it's like, she didn't know nobody else other than me. It's like, that's my sister, not that's my sister, and then his other sister is 3 years younger than me. We grew up together. We're very close. We're a lot alike. Birthdays around the same week. And so we get along. His other sister, his stepdad's daughter, it's like we're the same age. So we literally love each other. I love her to death. She loves me. We have 3 kids. She has 3 boys, though. I have 2 boys, 1 girl. So our kids love each other. And it's like nothing, So it's like it's a weird kind of segue, but I actually get worried a little bit because I'm like, how is my future husband going to feel about the relationship that I have with my kid's dad and his parents and his sisters and his family? They are literally my family. Like, I think about my wedding and how they're going to be there. Like, my husband has to be very secure in our relationship and my relationship with them. And it's like, a part of me, I wrestle because I'm like, should I step away? Should I start like not going over there as much? Should I not do as much as I do? And it's like, no, because that wouldn't be authentic. And I love them, and that would take away from them. Like, they don't got nothing to do with it. That man, my God is big. He's powerful. He is wonderful. He is mighty. And I know that he is going to send me a man who is going to be masculine, strong, secure, not weak, not jealous, not insecure about my relationships. But I do think about that from time to time. Like, is that going to be a snare for anybody? For the wrong person, yeah. But for the right person, no. But I just wanted to know, like, is there anybody else out there like that who has a great relationship with their kids' dads, parents? And this is not the world. Like, I'm not what I used to be when I was in the world, when I wasn't saved, before Jesus met me. Yes, I was a cheater. I was, I was insecure. I wanted everybody to like me. I still struggle with that, but I mean, like, sexually, I was out there. Slept with men, slept with women. At all races. I didn't care. All ages, not all ages, but like from my age, older, I just did not have any boundaries. I didn't care. It's like whoever wanted me could get it. And so I'm not like that anymore. And so I know that, and I say that only because I know what some people might think, like, oh, if you're that close with them, then you must be doing something or whatever. But it's like, no. Maybe when I was in the world, maybe that's what some people do, but don't project your insecurities and what you would do onto me. Because I don't have those feelings like that for my kid's dad at all. At all. Like, if I'm being very honest, I don't want to make anybody upset, but it's like, didn't have those feelings for him for a long time. I just stayed along because I was insecure. I was, I like security, and he was a security, and so once I found Jesus, and I left him before I found Jesus, but yeah, so it's like my future husband would know that they wouldn't have to worry about anything like that. And so, but it makes me wonder, drop it in the comments if you're here and you have anything to comment about that, your thoughts about what I'm talking about. Do we got some grown folks here that know what I'm talking about here? If you're grown and you are secure and you are mature and you follow Jesus. I don't just claim to be a Jesus follower and claim to be a Christian, but then live like the world lives. I actually follow Jesus. I love Jesus. Am I perfect? No. I have pride in my heart. I'm not always obedient, but I love Jesus and I want to honor him, and I would never fornicate anymore. That's out the window. I would never want to do that. Not just to sin against my body, not to honor God, and not to honor the other person. And so I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm just saying, like, I hope that yeah. So I don't know. So this was a really all over the place episode. So I just hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas, and I hope you have a happy New Year. Matter of fact, by the time this drops, New Year's will be over too. So happy New Year. Welcome to 2026. Woo! And I just want to leave you with this. If you're still here in 2026 with the new year, we are reading our Bibles. If we're not in church, we're going to church. We're finding a local community to be in community with. We are praying. We are worshiping. We are sharing our testimony. We are being integral. We are showing up for ourselves, for Jesus, for the people around us. And so that is it for today's episode. I know I was kind of scatterbrained here, but yeah, that's the way it goes. Welcome to Kept and Covered. All right. Well, I hope this blessed you. If you like this episode, go ahead and like it, share it, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.